get your crayons ready to go. Pushing firmly with them, I should say. You want to make a dark mark that'll resist watercolor. And as you can see, I just kind of move my crayon sometimes to the beat or the rhythm of the music. I let the rhythm guide me. And with the faster music, sometimes I make zigzaggy or these kind of crazy loopy lines that just go a little wild, but I try to follow that sound of the music. And yours doesn't have to look like mine. It should not look like mine. You are inspired by the music. You are making marks that come to your mind, shapes or lines, whatever makes sense. Like Kandinsky had lots of different shapes kind of floating and overlapping. So now I've grabbed a purple crayon to add some variety, which is making lots of different and unique mark making and aspects. So I just sped it up a little bit here to continue with my marks, and I added some white. So now with the slower lo-fi music, I'm going to use my watercolor. So I used crayons to go fast, watercolor for the slower music. And the other thing I want you to notice is with the crayons, I limited my color choice. I used 3 colors, and you're welcome to limit yours if you want 3, 4, or 5 colors. I think it creates a more unified piece if you limit your choices. And you'll see that I'm doing the same with my watercolor. I'm limiting my color choices. I've started with this sort of a violety, blue-violet color, and I'm just applying it really softly. Some spaces I'm filling in completely, others I'm adding just sort of borders. But then I get inspired, as you will see in a moment. Some of the music made me think of a shape, and it just like came to me. Any second now, you'll see me do it. Any second now. Is it now? Oh, not yet. Not yet. She's not ready yet. She's still feeling the rhythm. But as you know, with watercolor, you have to add water to the palette to activate it. It should be going on lightly like water. It shouldn't be going on thick like paint that comes out of a tube. It should be very thin and translucent, which is like another word for transparent, but it's not completely clear. And then I think this is when my inspiration strikes. Nope, not yet. Wait for it. Oh, this is when it strikes. Okay, so now I decided circles. I was feeling circles. The music was making me think about circles, so using that same blue violet, I just started adding circles around and then coloring in other areas. And then I started thinking about these other funky organic shapes, and I wanted to bring in a different, cooler color like the pink. So I've got this kind of pinkish color that I'm using to make those funny little bean shapes. And I've limited my colors with the watercolor. Next class, you see what you need. We may still be doing a little more watercolor, maybe a little more oil pastel on top, and maybe some details with a Sharpie.